Hey everyone, it's Rick Carson and we're at Make Believe Studios, and today I want to talk to you about buying the rumor and selling the news. You know, that's a statement that has made its way through the financial industry, and I didn't really hear it until I moved to Omaha, Nebraska, where Warren Buffett is a little bit of a king. And, you know, things like that tend to make its way into the lingo around here. And, you know, that has always really stuck with me, and that brings me to where we are today, which is for years, I've spent hours and days and weeks and months of my life looking at photos of sessions and engineers in world famous recording studios, in basements and bedrooms. It didn't really matter. I was interested in the people and the mechanics and the spaces that my favorite records were made in. And it's one of my favorite things. I've made videos where I talk about the things that I've seen in photos and videos, and I've made, you know, videos where I talk about sounds that I've been able to accomplish because of the knowledge that I learned. And this video, it has a lot to do with that, because for years there's been one particular mix engineer who's been very, very elusive, and there just isn't that much information out there regarding his work. And outside of a couple articles that I could find from the turn of the century around 1999 and 2000, there just really wasn't that much to go off of. But there were a few photos, and there was one little gleam of information, which was a paragraph that was on Michael Brauer's website in the frequently asked questions, where he said that this person was in the box except for one piece of hardware, and I had mostly heard that this person was completely in the box. So when I saw that, of course, I went back through every photo that I could find, and for the most part, the equipment that you'd find in his studio was utilitarian and for things like being able to play back different, you know, media in file formats. But there was one piece of gear that stood out to me as a signal processor, and I went out of my way to buy it. And we found ourselves locked away during the pandemic in maybe 2021, and I was in a clubhouse with some dear people that I consider friends, people like Ryan Harvey and Kevin Asir and my friend Rory Miller. And they brought up this mix engineer, and they said, well, almost no one knows what he's doing. And I spoke up. And for the first time in what I would consider a public sense, even though it was maybe 5 of us, it was a little bit more public than the one-on-one conversations I'd had with previous engineers who I could count on, you know, these 3 fingers. I said what I believed, and I started a rumor. And that rumor started making its way through the industry in little spokes. It wasn't anything crazy, but I heard about a guy in Brazil who was talking about it, and then I heard about another guy in Nashville, and then a mastering engineer, and, you know, it went from being me and the 3 people that I told originally, and then the 5 people that I told in this chat, to, you know, maybe 10 of us who were talking about this thing. And one of my friends, Rory, eventually bought this piece of gear as well, so that him and I could start trying to figure out exactly how it may have been utilized. And that led us down an incredible path where we now can say for fact that it's no longer a rumor. This piece of gear was used on some of our favorite records, some of the best mixes that have ever been done, and it's been used for decades, and most people aren't talking about it. And, you know, today I'm here to announce a new plugin, which it's not an 1176. It's a piece of gear that most people aren't even thinking of. And I'm excited to introduce the MixHead, which has been heard on many, many records. And the news is that that very exclusive and elusive mix engineer has provided the preset that has been on all of those records and confirmed that this piece of gear was used on all of those records. So When they say buy the rumor and sell the news, it never really stuck with me like it does today. But that's exactly what I'm here to do. Thank you. Have a great day.